The objective of our Target Neutral London 2012 campaign was first of all to support London 2012 to be the lowest carbon games possible, one of their big aspirations. Secondly, to use the power, the excitement of the Olympics to encourage as many people as possible to be aware of the carbon impact of travel. One of the first things we did was take advice from our Target Neutral External Advisory Panel. This is a group of very high-profile NGOs and business leaders, and they advised us and provided assurance on the nature and the extent of our program. The other thing that we did was re-look at our Target Neutral brand, and we wanted to make sure that our brand represented the central premise of Target Neutral, which is collective action. So we introduced the symbol of a plus sign and the equation, which we used throughout the campaign. One of the other things that we did was overhaul our website from top to bottom. We needed our website to be very robust and very flexible to handle the scale of the program that we were about to launch.
And that means a massive 4 tons of carbon dioxide from every one of us drivers.
About 14 months before actual Games time, we began raising awareness of Target Neutral and the Target Neutral approach to carbon management, which is reduce, replace and neutralise. Supported by our wonderful ambassador athletes, we showed how, just like an athlete, a car's efficiency and therefore carbon emissions is impacted by things like tyres, weight and of course the kind of fuel and lubricants. Similarly, with driving, the way you drive can significantly reduce fuel consumption.
I know I'm a little bit heavy on the brakes.
By up to a quarter in Jess's case. One of the things we did was to set a world record for the most number of individuals offsetting their personal carbon footprint from travel to a single event, to connect with as many people as possible and to encourage awareness and understanding of offsetting. Behind the scenes, we actually had a very complex, sophisticated model which calculated the average amount of carbon per spectator travelling from any country in the world. But on the front end and for the person participating, it was a very, very simple 3-click process to register and to offset your emissions. We also made it free, so you could participate at no cost to yourself, a bit like a free sample. And once you got involved, you understand it, and hopefully you'll do it again. It was really important to us to not only get large numbers of people participating, but also that people really understood it, so the quality of the experience. We visited the Team GB Kitting Out camp, and there we spoke to each and every member of Team GB about carbon reduction, and they really loved it and got into the spirit of what collective action is all about. For spectators, the experience started, of course, when they received their tickets, and Target Neutral had an insert in the actual ticket envelope where we invited spectators to sign up and register in advance of the Games and then come along to the Olympic Park and participate in a unique photo experience. Our giant periscope proved to be particularly popular, and we had non-stop queues. We also had the opportunity while people were there to talk about the projects. Each of these is a low-carbon development project representing each of the 6 continental regions participating in the Olympic Games. In the press centre, we had a really fun interactive game to show how you could reduce carbon emissions in the environment. But also we had a live dashboard giving the journalists up-to-date information about the volume of carbon as well as the number of people participating in the programme. We offset over 100,000 tonnes of carbon that would not otherwise have happened. We had over 500,000 people participating, and we had over 14 National Olympic Committees participating. And importantly, we had a number of the world's biggest brands getting involved and really putting their weight, their energy, their influence behind the programme. think this Olympics has given us a step change in Target Neutral in terms of understanding how to connect with people, in terms of passing the message on that if we work together, we can make a difference to reduce our environmental impact. Target Neutral will continue after the Games, and importantly, we'll be using what we've created to grow the program further, encouraging people to now pay themselves to offset their own emissions, but of course also reduce their carbon emissions in their everyday lives.